And we're back. So I guess we're kind of waiting. You can get coral if you want. That gives you some armor, and that'll help you possibly get further on. Or you could actually replace the cobra with a firefly, because they do the same exact thing, but the firefly has that added de-stealthing. And I think you're good to go. Unless you want to replace the pelican with another bee.
I kind of do, but the pelican's been useful. I wish...
Give it another trial run.
Is there a stage where you can reorganize, or do you have to literally just rebuy them? If you
have to do that. You have to rebuy them. Okay. So you got to be pretty sneaky about your builds.
That's cool. Just gonna go for it. All right.
Now you are in for a treat on this next boss, I will say.
Oh gosh.
I think that having the two fireflies will be really helpful. Eventually, you'll probably get.
I do. Oh, whoops! I should have put them. I wish I would have understood how the build works, because they're in a bad position.
Well, one thing I will point out is that the enemies, like if your pelican hasn't been doing anything, then you can put him by a stealth enemy, and that enemy will appear when it gets close. Like, you have a brief window.
Oh no!
That's alright.
Whoops. What hit me?
It was an invisible duder.
Oh, okay, so that's the point of the decloaking guy. Yeah, so just to anyone else who's a new player, don't make the mistake I did. Be very careful. You don't have to overthink it, but if there's, oh, whoops. Oh, shoot. Oh, goodness.
It's okay, you can just escape the other direction.
You do need to be mindful of where you place your tentacles. I did not realize I wouldn't be able to switch them. I didn't actually know what I was doing when I got on here. Oh no! Oh no! Oh shoot!
You just,
bugger!
And you can always activate Ursula as a failsafe if you're not sure you're going to be able to deal with something.
I keep forgetting she's there.
That's alright.
You should just tell me Ursula. I'll still panic and flap and miss the opportunity because I won't remember what I need to do. But so
this is officially a multiplayer game.
It's great. I can just have him eat the enemy, and now I don't want to engage him, so I'm going to keep him down here, and I can just hold on to him until I'm ready for him.
Who says you're not good at this game? You're noticing all the important design steps, and look at that, you destroyed the building with them.
Well, it's still, I do not have the reflexes for games like this, so I have to be pretty
careful.
I forget that I can roll away. Honestly, oh no, oh goodness.
That's what your bee's for.
I shouldn't have used her because that is not the most efficient use because I have a wild, but is there time generally?
No, but enemies continue to spawn if you stay around, and they get progressively harder.
Okay.
So eventually it becomes something that's, it may actually end at some point, but it just continues to add more and more.
Alright, I gotta get out of here. I gotta hustle. I hate the poor villagers running away.
Fine.
I know, but I don't like being a bad guy. If I was gonna be a bad guy, it'd be like, not Hans Gruber. Who's the bad guy in the third Die Hard movie?
I have no idea. Is that the one where they like robbed the Federal Reserve or something?
Yes, they rob. There we go. Chomp. Big chomps. All right. I don't know what I was saying, but
the bee will automatically. She'll target anything that is in range, so you don't have to. You can actually use Ursula since this is the last spot, and then you'll get that little extra damage boost.
And she does damage to the building as well?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's
in fact, when she's floating back and forth...
Well, she did a good deal of damage there.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she's floating back and forth and is inside the building... Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when she's floating, what were you saying?
She will automatically... all her damage, all her spines will hit the building and damage it, so she does a ton.
Just keep saving
money. Just keep going.
I'm okay with this for now.
You're doing pretty good. You are almost halfway through.
Kangaroo. That's how you say kangaroo in Russian. Kangaroo. Oh, I just rolled into the... So how do you unlock the Easter egg that you found? Or that Seaman found, right?
Yes,
the one
Seaman
okay,
found.
So Seaman found it. Was that, like, during a menu, then?
Yes.
So if I just randomly shot at things forever and risked dying, I wouldn't find anything in these levels?
I don't think so. Not from what I've done so far.
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm
You
doing
are-
a little
yeah,
okay with
right?
this, actually. This is
Yeah.
fun.
You're,
I'm enjoying this. Honestly, though, totally an unrelated game. Absolutely nothing about this reminds me of Jill Saves the Prince, but it makes me want to play. The issue I had with Jill Saves the Prince was that I literally just didn't move then. The issue I had with Jill Saves the Prince is that we were playing on an emulator, I think.
and we couldn't get it working.
So because I had to use the arrow keys instead of, what is it, WASD.
Oh, and that's a little weird, yeah.
And for what my muscle memory is just honed. I guess, oh, that was awesome.
So you, careful. You can activate Ursula, and she will,
No! Little jump.
Ursula?
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, this is horrible. I'm so bad at this. Can he bite him?
No, he can't.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, little kangaroo man. By the way, kangaroos are terrifying. I know
yeah.
everyone's seen that. Oh, that
Nice
viral
dodge.
image of the.
Careful now, he's gonna start throwing that boomerang.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that culturally. I wish though that you could literally just use the tentacles as melee objects. I
Well,
actually am annoyed
you
that
can.
that's not. So I can
but they're
hit
just
him.
not. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. You can't use
Yeah,
everyone
so
as a melee object.
So I have to specifically choose the one I want.
yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
Ursula again.
Oh,
Yeah, just.
thanks for reminding me. I wouldn't be able to do this.
So be careful. He's gonna start dropping Joey bots
Oh
out of his
my
little
gosh, what a
robotic
terrifying
pouch.
little nightmare.
You can actually use the bee to do damage
I
from
need
afar
to,
while you're
I need
not.
To catch can I catch a? Oh no!
You're okay. If you get hit one more time, you win.
Did I not use my pelican to catch the boomerangs?
No, you cannot. Those are
Bummer.
bullets. There you go. You beat the second boss.
Oh, I did a thing! Oh, kangaroo. Oh, that's
that
cute.
money.
How clever.
You got thousands of balloons.
Crocodile Invasion of Dundee in theaters soon. Okay, in fairness,
Keep going.
Australia is. Oh! I thought that was the end of the thing.
You have to destroy the Sydney Theater next.
No, that's a beautiful work of art.
Well, they made fun of him in a play. Use Ursula right now.
How dare you?
There we go. And now all of her spines are hitting it.
Okay, and I'm gonna hit. I think I'll hit these guys. Chompers! Chomp! Oh! I keep forgetting I can go away. Oh,
Exactly.
this is so not
See,
logical
you're getting
for
the
me.
hang of it.
Oh, this is so hard. This is definitely the kind of puzzle game I need, though.
It
Speaking
is-
of puzzle games,
It is
anyone
very
I'll
strategic,
put
yeah.
a link in the description box. Play set. You can do 6 rounds. It's not even 6 rounds. It's just 6 pieces. It's a puzzle game, but it's a logic puzzle. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm not even paying attention. Oh, it's like driving a car that doesn't have power steering. Oh, I like the music. I was just saying how I was kind of disappointed because Conrad kept saying how awesome the music was, but I'm just not far enough into the game.
This is the song that I kept singing "Never Gonna Give You Up" to, because Anne's basically been in the room every single time I've been recording.
I have been. Oh no! Oh, I did the thing. This is really hard. This is. I think it's just my. Maybe I should take my glasses off. I feel like all of these. It's kind of like a Minecraft thing. I end up having to do the Quake version, the Quake perspective, I guess. Oh, I almost died. Oh, I did a thing.
You got to the end? Nice job. Wow.
Survived.
See, look at that. You're already getting the hang of it.
Needs to be zoomed out. I don't like how close it is. The perspective. I have that issue with Minecraft. Oh, okay, gotta adjust. Took my glasses off. So let's see. I definitely want. I'm gonna swap out for another firefly.
Yes. And then get a queen bee.
Oh shoot! I should have done that.
That's okay.
Oh.
You still got the money for it.
I can just replace this guy.
Exactly.
Okay. that's okay. I'm actually okay with the pelican. It's
I'm glad
mostly
you're
the
liking him.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I'm
I like
liking
him
all
a lot
of them.
too.
I want to play these other ones, but I don't want to lose.
Yeah, exactly. You
Barely
found a
hanging on,
strategy
so-
that works for
Oh,
you, so
by
just
the way,
keep
you
going
can
with
just hit D, I guess, instead of clicking.
You can actually hit any button at all.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm
make
gonna
sure
die.
you just keep hitting him.
I'm just
What-
gonna use her. Whatever.
Now,
I know
the
that's
queen
terrible
bee
and I should
will
save her
do
up,
her
but-
own thing. You don't need, as long as
Okay,
you're
so I don't
aiming
have to worry about-
generally, focus on the firefly. And if they get too close,
Oh.
just eat him with the pelican.
Yeah, sure. I don't even know, because there's always stuff at the beginning that swims around that maybe doesn't have anything, like, so, I guess I better slow down. Earlier on, were there not sharks that swam around, that didn't do anything?
They,
So
all
it's
those
like a
sharks
reference
are,
to... No, they weren't these kinds of sharks. I mean...
Do you mean like the little tiny ones that when
yeah,
you,
so
when you
it's
enter
just
the
an
level?
illusion, basically, to...
Yeah.
So I am having a hard time just distinguishing what's real and what's not. I feel like I'm hallucinating. Like, I'm just gonna spin for a bit, because I don't even know what I'm doing.
Well, the queen
okay.
bee, she shoots
And
two
Ursula's
very powerful
there.
bees.
Okay, huge wave of enemies. I'm definitely gonna die here. I've only got 2 hearts. How do I get
You're
hearts?
already almost
do
done
I
with it.
achieve them, or do
You-
I have to collect them?
You gain them from ambulance subs. Look at that, you're already almost done with
Garbage
this.
ambulances.
There you go.
That was a whole level? That's
Yeah.
kind of...
Well,
alright,
the
that's
first
kinda
levels
weird.
of the ocean are usually a bit shorter.
Should I get anything, or should I just stick with it?
You
What should I do?
should,
Shot spread. So this is like an extra Ursula?
sort of. So here's my thought. A king cobra is a direct upgrade in terms of the speed of a firefly.
Okay.
A porcupine, however,
Don't have any more money.
is like it's more like
a direct Ursula. That was dumb. I bought him immediately and didn't actually ask you for input on where I should
well,
put
you know,
him.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to keep
I
the
just
chicken.
gotta commit.
I'll suggest that you
I'm
phase the
still-
chicken out next.
See, the thing with the chicken is, though, he's launching bombs. There's clearly more damage
And
done
there's-
because it takes him a little longer to charge up, but he
Very
does
true.
a huge amount of damage, right? When he... Sorry
Yeah,
if
I mean-
I'm yelling, audience. All right, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah,
I've
of
made it
course.
so far, right? I have no idea what's going on. I'm just gonna keep going. So yeah, so I get confused with that versus like...
That king cobra is your strongest damage dealer now
Okay.
at range. So you can aim the cobra, or you could spin her. I mean, it is satisfying to just spin.
I mean,
and
because
have it
there's
work.
nothing I can do. I'm still just trying to...
If
I'm
a
trying
blur
to
seems...
keep
Oh,
up.
you got a heart.
Cool.
If a blur seems dangerous, then just aim your
Alright.
king cobra and your bee at it.
I'm not even aware of blurs. I can barely keep track of what's happening. Okay.
You might want to aim at that treasure chest.
I
with
got
the-
it. Oh, I did
Breathe.
get it. Oh, gosh. Okay.
You're good, Ursula.
Oh. Hi. Thanks, friend. You're great. Whoops. I spun too fast. So that's my argument. I kept trying to make this statement and didn't, but I early on got 2 dolphin fins that did make me spin fast, which is great for agility, but it doesn't do anything, and it doesn't increase the speed at which you're firing. So for
Yeah.
me, it just wasn't necessary.
Well, and there are some edge cases where you need to dodge things pretty fast.
Yeah, I assume later on I'm gonna definitely want all that kind of stuff, but it just depends on what you want to play, or how you want to play, I suppose.
Hey, you got a shell. We've been getting a couple of those.
Oh,
You'll be fine.
I'm okay, because I did get that little extra part,
You did.
and Ursula should be
Oh,
ready
she's
to go
up.
soon.
She's pink
Okay.
now.
I'm gonna wait until I need her, but just remind me if it looks like I need her.
You should still be good.
I'm just gonna keep... Whoops. Oh.
And you're done.
Oh, I did the thing. Oh, I'm surviving.
And now you're on the ocean boss level for Tokyo.
Oh, good enough. Do I need any more? Should I save up?
You...
Should I swap shot spread damage? Should I swap him out for something? Maybe one of these guys?
I think a porcupine for a firefly is a
All
good
right,
idea.
I'll do that then. Where should I... Let's say this. So,
Put it
high damage, fast
further
speed.
away from your cobra.
So over here.
You don't have to get rid of the chicken, like you said, if you want to.
So here
so
then.
that one.
Okay. I can't get rid of the chicken. He is pretty slow, but I feel like those bombs are just way too useful. Oh, can you give me a sip? Conrad's.
We're gonna drink water together. The slurp is for
goody on
those of you at home.
Just spinning. No clue. I can't even keep
works.
track of what I'm doing. It
You
does
know,
work. That's,
when you've got an
that is
enemy or
part of the
two
mechanic,
left,
so that's
just
awesome.
1 or 2 things left.
I
then
so
another heart.
appreciate that that there's no like ammo limit, that I don't have to worry about. Okay, I got that guy. It's just too many things. Again, this is actually a really good game for me to play as a skills booster. I don't have good reflexes. I have a very hard time. I can keep track of like actual things, but like I'd be terrible at any kind of combat. I can't keep track of more than one thing at once, and then I'm like, hey, do you want to like have an omelet or something? Conrad will make you one. Like I can't be bothered to keep track of this many.
Should Ursula right away. Now make sure, see how those shots are coming?
You said King Cobra, right?
Yeah, well make sure.
Oh no!
Just make sure, see those shots are...
Oh no!
Stop, those shots are traveling towards your head. So you need to move it so that your head is not in the line of its movement. So see,
do the tentacles act as barriers?
careful, shot, left.
I don't know what to do.
You're
not explaining what.
Okay.
What do I need to do in that? So they're coming towards my head. Do the tentacles act as barriers? First of all.
They do not.
Okay.
So you see how
So
this,
I just want to literally evade. Just get away.
you have to make it so that the shots pass under your chin. Because if your head is there, then it will run into your head and hit it.
So again, it's like when I'm on land and I roll out of the way then, so I want to just avoid direct hits to my
so
face.
I'm using the phone as an example that to kind of try to...
I think he's explained it to me. I think
you
I
should
need
be
to
good.
change,
you
right?
could get a snapping turtle in place
What
of...
does he do?
He blocks the bullets. So then you just aim the turtle and that will block.
So one of my first criticisms of this game is that once you've selected things, it doesn't tell you what they do. And I think that's unnecessary. Really.
Yeah, being able to see what you've got so far.
You're telling me that I have to immediately memorize everything. And maybe that's the argument for, just starting down, and actually learning, but
a brand new game.
I don't see the
you
point.
have access to everything right now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I am not a programmer, but how difficult would it be for me to hover over each of these and give me to literally make a secondary menu? Honestly, it couldn't be that difficult, right?
For these programmers, they could do that very easily because they've already made this little holdover, or the rollover.
I do enjoy this game, clearly, since I meant to play for 20 minutes and I'm now several levels, I guess, in.
You're halfway through this game now.
Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I wanted it to last forever. I don't even know what's happening. So you said snapping turtle then? Who should I replace it with? My little chicken? I know you've been egging me on.
Yeah, you should. And then instead of having to do the weird chin dodge, you can just aim the snapping turtle at the bullet and it'll be handled. So one thing that you'll have to do...
Like the chicken.
One thing you'll need to do is make sure that... I mean, the snapping turtle's big, but don't get too focused on immediately... or on only dealing damage.
Even focus. I'm trying to get that, but I didn't even...
That's
I
alright.
wasted that entire beginning. This is so...
I mean, considering that you were worried about not doing that right,
I like
you're
the
learning.
porcupine. I regret getting the snapping turtle immediately.
It will...
Because I have to be close.
Oh, well, and that's not even the primary reason for him.
Well, and that's fine, but I'm immediately, at a disadvantage because I'm trying to rely on him, and now I have to focus.
Admittedly, Oh, there we go. He saved you from one of those.
Well, I'm glad. I can't keep track of what's happening. This is just...
So
again, this is great.
Ursula
I'm
right
surviving...
away, and then when he shoots, just... Yeah, see that? Look at that. Just
I'm surviving
aim the turtle shell.
solely on the turtle shell?
Focus on aiming the turtle shell at the bullets.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that there were bullets. I should probably put my glasses back on.
Just focus on those things right there, because that's... The B will do damage.
So...
Careful. Oh.
I don't know...
So rotate right. I'll try to show you. The bullets are basically aiming for where your head will probably be, but if you rotate,
getting confused.
if you rotate in one direction or another, then you will move it.
So bad at this game.
I feel like I will
first of
have
all,
to show you an example of dodging before it will make sense.
Well, it's that I'd have to watch. It's too many factors, really. But
Ursula.
My issue is that I'm still not sure what's just superfluous.
Oh, you almost dodged it. There you go.
Fun.
You had dodged it right there.
Didn't even see what happened. Just honestly, I have no idea what's happening. I am just spinning at random.
Well, the turtle was very helpful in that case because it looked like
you
intended to do those things.
I'm ready to believe you. This is super fun, but I am honestly just I have no clue
You have
what's
gotten
happening.
so much farther than
This
I
is
possibly
testament
could
to
have
how much
imagined.
fun this game is, I guess, because I have no idea what's happening. Is this
It's still
Tokyo?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just random, no clue. I'm gonna try to roll. Oh shoot! Oh goodness! I'm trying to. Oh darn it!
Yeah, stealthed.
I should have just kept going. I'm trying not to just keep plowing ahead. So I don't like. First of all,
Don't worry about the snapping turtle doing
the issue
damage,
is that
like-
the snapping turtle and the pelican basically have the same mechanic, I guess. Different function, it seems like, but they're. I just need to shoot. Like
aim the king cobra and the firefly at it. Now you'll notice that you're kind of sitting on the firefly.
Okay.
Those are your
Oh no!
darn. Those are your biggest damage dealers. That's okay. You're doing a swale.
Its placement matters. Oh, this is so overwhelming.
You're doing just fine.
I'm surviving.
And that's a health.
What
you just got.
Oh. I can't even keep up with what I'm doing. I immediately lost
Move
it.
forward.
I'm just gonna use her.
You're getting distracted, or not distracted, but you're getting stuck.
Pelican, did he just grab a bunch of those at once?
He does. He can grab as many as are in range.
Oh,
so if there's a cluster of them,
he only can have one. Oh, I would use him way more.
he'll grab one, or he'll grab one set at a time.
Okay, so I can just sit here and not do anything.
I mean.
Oh no, I'm dead. So I want King Cobra and Firefly.
Because that'll take it out the quickest. That'll do the most damage.
Oh my goodness, this is. I'm not even paying attention. I honestly can't. I can't keep up with this.
Well, just keep moving forward and
That's
do
not
what you
even
can.
like a false modesty thing.
Keep moving forward even when there are enemies behind you.
I genuinely have no clue what is happening. I am just losing life and getting electrocuted to death. Okay, yes, I get the point. Go away.
Hey, you walked into it. Ursula. And then bam, she does all that extra little damage. And then once the building's destroyed, she starts shooting at everything else. In general, I have found it's very useful to not go back to deal with enemies, and to instead move forward and let them come to you.
I totally agree with you. I'm just moving back and forth for the sake of launching things because I have no clue what's happening. I'm not exaggerating.
You look like you know what you're doing, if it's any
that's-
consolation.
That is how well this game is designed then, I guess, because I am just... Like, I have no option but to do this. To, whoops, lose life.
Well, and with all the upgrades, because I purchased pretty much all the upgrades, so it shows that even with those issues, you're still able as a brand new player to have a relatively good experience.
Alright, so I should definitely get this guy, right? No?
You should get the rooster.
Or should I get an extra King Cobra and replace one of my other dudes? I don't the snapping turtle,
The
I'm kind
rooster
of gonna...
is like a super chicken, so it'll shoot more eggs. You didn't want to give
This
it up.
does high damage. This does medium damage.
Well,
you've
when you
enjoyed
put
the
it
rooster
that way.
Well, I'm just saying though, you've trusted the rooster, so should I trust him? Because he does do a lot of damage.
I actually tend to prefer the king cobra just because I like.
So I'm gonna do that.
I like that it just keeps
I'm
going.
getting rid of the snapping turtle. I think I'd have to play.
And there's no more bullets left anyway, so.
I think I'm
seems...
gonna pass on that and just go. I just need firepower as quickly as possible. Still in Tokyo, I assume.
Yes. And
how do I just try to avoid those?
Yeah, look at what you'll actually crush
this
it.
is so hard.
So after it zaps 3 times, you can roll over it and destroy it.
I know you said to just keep going forward, but
well, hang on there for a bit, wait for it to happen. And there's your opening.
All right.
And you got health.
All right. Oh.
And you can activate Ursula at the buildings if you want. I think you should wait until you're getting a little...
Oh no! Oh shoot! I wasn't paying attention.
I'm realizing since you're not wearing your glasses,
well,
and it's very hectic, I'm gonna
just...
try to warn you a little more about the stealth enemies.
Honestly, it is extremely difficult for me to...
Exploding.
Even with the glasses. I took them off because they were hurting my face.
Oh, careful.
My face! Oh! See, that's what I mean. Like, all of the... There's so much... Oh... There's so much chaos, I have a really hard time even distinguishing what I'm supposed to do.
You can't get a narwhal, that's a bummer. Those are so funny.
Oh, I do have a thing for narwhals, always
It costs a lot, though, so...
Side note, before I end this round, my niece, a couple years ago, she took a little decorative gourd, called a birdhouse gourd. It's just a thing you grow in your garden. And she's been doing anime since she was very little, and she painted this beautiful gourd and did a little craft project. She glued some felt and a little it was a Christmas decoration, like a Christmas icicle. So basically she turned a little gourd, a decorative gourd, into a narwhal, and it's got, like, I don't even know what it has in it, probably beans to keep it balanced so it doesn't fall over. But she made me this little decorative narwhal, which I call Wally. But when she gave it to me, I was so overwhelmed. It was such a perfect gift for me, and I am a very practical gifter. It's like, if you don't get me underwear and socks for Christmas, you're dead to me. But she gave me this little narwhal, and I burst into tears, and she was so confused and overwhelmed. I think I genuinely frightened her, but it was like
she thought that you were like upset at the gift.
Yeah, and it was such a meaningful gift for me personally, and the fact that, you know, it was like a demonstration of her artistic skills. You know, I've watched her grow up much like I would have my own child, but I have a very strong affection for narwhals. Side note, last thing I'll say, it is not a horn. It is a tusk that grows out of and through their faces. It's a tooth.
Actually,
so,
that narwhal, if you look closely, it's a bit more accurate because it is actually...
Well, it's growing out of his head, though, like a unicorn.
Instead of, like, directly out of his face.
It should be coming out of his mouth.
So it's more like a narwhal.
So, like a unicorn.
Well,
Narn?
Unicorn. So, next time, then, we can resume and...
I'll tell you more sad stories of my sad life.
And you can take on the next boss. I think that you're gonna go crazy and probably die at this next part.
I mean, I've already died multiple times, so there's nothing else that can be done but die. I love this little shelmet. Cute. Thanks for watching.
Bye.